Yo, Aquaman's test screenings are allegedly really bad to the point where people are taking their popcorn and their nachos and they walking the freak out. Some people are throwing their popcorn in the air like, freak this movie, allegedly. But a lot of people are saying it, though. That don't mean it's true, but like, let's say there's 100 people, like 97 and a half of them said that this shit was bad. So somewhere there was like a little person in the crowd who watched the movie at the screener and shit. So let's get to it. Aquaman test screenings look like they bad. I don't know, man. Let's see what they talking about, man. A lot of people walked out. That's the rumor. A recent audience screening of Aquaman the Lost Kingdom allegedly tested so poorly that viewers left the theater, which is an extremely bad sign for the future of the franchise. According to our trusted and proven sources, the version of the much-anticipated Jason Momoa sequel was so disliked by the audience that some people could literally not finish it. It seems that the movie was immediately pulled back for reshoots, which we speculate might cause more delays in the already much rescheduled movie. Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom is one of the few remaining projects left from the pre-Gunn DC Extended Universe that is confirmed to still be headed to theaters. That should really be no surprise, as the first Wand movie was a massive surprise hit, grossing $1.15 billion in theaters, making it both the highest performing DCEU movie and the highest performing film based on a DC Comics character. Given the generally shaky performances of various DC films, a second Aquaman movie was never in doubt. There you boy. Ooh-ha. Permission to come aboard. However, the extremely poor test performance of Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom seems to have put a little fear into DC Studios' heart. That said, reshoots have often been overblown as a sign that the movie has turned into a disaster. For example, reports that Rogue One, a Star Wars story, had extensive reshoots after test screenings initially seemed to indicate that the movie would be a disaster. Instead, it is generally regarded as one of the best Star Wars projects to emerge from the Disney era of the franchise. All that is to say that reshoots are not necessarily the end of the world. Going down here, there have been consistent rumors that Jason Momoa was looking to defect from Aquaman to portray his interstellar baddie bounty hunter Lobo for the new DCU. If this new movie proves to not perform at the level of the first movie, it certainly seems that could be a possibility. While James Gunn has not confirmed anything, blah say blah. Jason Momoa is about to be Lobo, yo. Everybody knows that Aquaman is about to come to an end. It's crazy to think that a James Wan movie of a sequel that made $1 billion is so bad that people walked out. Yeah. I don't know about that, but it does sound like I do believe that first test screening was bad. Here's the thing, though. A lot of the first we're a year away from Aquaman. We're 10 months away. It comes out December.
Yeah.
So this is like the first official test screening, which usually has unfinished CGI. They're dancing with certain characters. They're teasing characters. This first test screening probably had a lot of Amber Heard in it just to see what it would be like. Test screenings are just that. The studio wants to see how much they could get away with, or let's try this radical idea and see what happens. Throw it to the test. So far out, this test screening being bad doesn't mean that Aquaman 2 will be bad. It doesn't surprise me that this one is bad. I believe it's bad. I believe that test screening was probably really horrible, to be honest with you. But as we get closer to December, once they have like that final test screening, probably in November or October, it's going to be a much better film because they're going to weed out some of the BS. Their theories and stuff are going to go away, and they're going to stick and buckle down to what the original idea is. And I think Amber Heard has a lot to do with that, bro. I don't think they should have Amber Heard in this movie at all. This movie is probably going to get boycotted because of Justice for Johnny.
Yep.
And all of that fiasco around the DCU, the franchise ending, and Jason Momoa, hopping ship to Lobo and shit like that, bro. Do I think that, to be honest with you, if Aquaman 2 is bad, that's going to suck. But it's not going to matter. Because Aquaman, James Wan's Aquaman, is a part of the old regime. And it doesn't really, I don't think it has any effect on the future of the DCU like Flash does. See, if Flash is really terrible, then even that's going to suck. but it's going to hurt more because it actually is going to have an effect on the future of the DCU. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm James Gunn and I see that Aquaman 2 is going to be a disaster and there's no stopping it, I will eliminate every character that's going to be in the future of the DCU from that movie and just let that shit die as a Snyder movie and just let it go. But I'm not surprised that this shit is bad, bro. And Aquaman 2, Lost Kingdom just might be bad. That suit looked bad. That black suit that they teased us with a year or something ago, that shit looked weak. So we'll see what happens, bro. What you thinking, E-Man?
I think it's messed up though that it's happened to James Wan like that. Like, I mean, he made a freaking masterpiece with the last Aquaman. That shit was amazing.
No about masterpiece, but it's your
coloring,
opinion.
The visuals, the coloring, everything on that.
It was a good, really good movie.
Fire,
really good.
And that costume, the first scene, comic book costume, accurate from the comic books completely in that movie. But to hear this news that's actually happened is really crazy. I mean, the most that I could think of is that James Wan got cocky because of his movie.
You blaming James Wan?
Hey.
I don't think this is James Wan's fault, bro. He seems a humble man.
A lot of writers and directors get cocky when they movie. They think their movie gonna make $1 billion. Now their movie made $1 billion, and they think they could do it again, and they just
So you don't think he got the funk to make a sequel to that movie?
I mean, I think he did, but I also think he also got a little cocky with his situation as well too. You know what I mean? I mean, think about it. His movie did a lot. The last movie did a lot.
Shout out to China.
And they're pulling that too. But then now everybody's pulling, like these corners are starting to be pulled. Before, you never heard about people talking about, oh, I didn't like this, I'm not feeling this. This is huge where a lot of people are pulling back to see this movie. That, especially from a test screening, that's a problem. That's a huge problem. And we ain't never heard about nothing like that. So I feel like either A, it's too much damn jokes in this shit. They try to do the Marvel life. Or B, they cut a lot of corners in this.
Flash, what you thinking, bro? Think Aquaman 2 finna be a stinker, dog?
I believe so, bro. I don't think the story's going to be that bad. I just think it's just the stuff that's in the movie that's going to be
like what?
Amber
Turd.
Amber Turd.
Yeah.
That girl. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think she's the main number one problem with the movie. And I think everybody else is hating it. And just because
so you think like the people watching is like, look, why is this bitch in this movie? Get her out of here.
Mm-hmm.
But Amber Heard wasn't, I'm gonna say, she wasn't bad in the first Aquaman. She did her thing. She was a better actor than freaking Jason.
Black Manta was. He was horrible.
Yeah, he was weak.
That could be a part of that too.
He was real weak. That fool was weak as shit. Matter of fact, I think about that fool. But yeah, man. Do the test screens really even matter though? Like, do these test screens for Aquaman? You know what I'm saying? It's nice. You expect that thing to hit because it's the sequel to $1 billion joint that was a good first movie. Mm-hmm. Are you tripping off the test screens? You think this gonna be?
I mean, everybody likes their own thing. Maybe this test screening, what they had, they added some more scenes with more Amber Heard. And just people just didn't like it. And maybe also Momoa, he probably didn't do a good job because he knows this is his last Aquaman movie.
Yeah. Yeah.
So knowing that,
what do you say to those who say like people need to get over this court case? It's not that deep because of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. It wasn't a big deal.
It wasn't a big deal.
Wasn't a big deal. Wasn't nothing.
I mean, it's not a big deal when you messing with people's pockets. What the fuck?
Or when you trying to cancel somebody,
right?
With lies,
right?
In the Me Too movement, say
using all that. What the freak? The court case is not important.
Some people would say it's not a big deal. Like that Johnny Amber, she was bullshit. It was just for the tabloids. Why are people blowing it up out of proportion and shit?
Bro, crazy that now.
When people try to lie on you and try to cancel you, I think it has to go both ways, bro.
I think it's a pretty big deal.
Of course, it's a big deal because you're messing with people's pockets.
Just trying to get Johnny locked up, bro.
If the person who is claiming all this stuff is lying, and the other person is losing everything because of those lies,
yeah,
and that person's never gonna get all that stuff back.
So yeah, it is important, and I agree with you.
That mess is important.
But my nigga, this Aquaman is done. This is the old DCEU, bro. The DCU coming, and Aquaman ain't gonna be Aquaman no more. He's canceled his show. His franchise is done. Mm-hmm. So with that being said, maybe everybody doesn't give a shit, and they're like, "Freaking, we out." But
Aquaman.
I hope Aquaman's good, even though it doesn't matter if it's good or not, really, to the future. It just matters for winning 2023 against Marvel, I would say. But that shit don't matter, bro.
I mean, if this your last movie, bro, you want to go out of it like with a big bang.
Not
You
when
wanna-
James
you wanna
Gunn's like-
show- you want to show the world, like, look, I made something amazing. I
We
wanna
already
show
got
you
that
what
with the
else I
first
got.
movie, though.
But
He's going to be Lobo. James is already going to make him Lobo.
I get it, but I'm saying we don't know if James is going to be taking care of that
More
too.
directors.
We don't know if he's going to be directing that movie as well too. So I'm saying
You don't have to direct the movie. He's the one that cast. He's going to cast him as Lobo.
you want to if this is your last movie that you're going to do as Aquaman, or are you writing Aquaman or do anything, you want to show the world, like, I gave you an amazing opportunity. I gave y'all an incredible thing. Let me give you something else that shock. Let me blow your minds on this one. You don't want to hear this shit right here is horrible. You want to shock the world. You don't want to be on that. Like, you want to continue shocking the world.
I think it doesn't really matter. We want it to be good, but this movie's about to get wiped off the face of the earth with the rest of the Snyderverse.
Yeah, I think this movie should have been before Flash.
I agree as well. The fact that they moved it to the end, maybe it is a multiversal thing. I think Ben Affleck is in this shit.
They changed it. Remember, it was.
Oh,
it
yeah,
was,
they
it
better
was
fix
Michael
that
Keaton.
shit.
It was Michael Keaton at first.
Oh,
Then it was Ben. Then they dropped Ben.
Yeah.
They dropped Ben and Michael. I heard.
Good. Because if Ben and Michael are cut out of it, then good.
And there's
That means
Aquaman
it's contained, it's isolated. Move them out of here, which makes a lot of sense why the movie's probably bad now because they're just dealing with a Frankenstein
A lot of
movie.
cuts.
Let us know in the comment section what you guys think down below. Is this doom and gloom for the DCU? Nope, this ain't touching the DCU. It ain't even part of the DCU. Let us know in the comment section what you guys think. We out. Deuces.
Like, comment, and subscribe, you guys. Thumb that video. Free 99 all day. Don't forget to share and show love to the JC family. Let us know what you think about it. Like you don't like it. Let us know what you think. Keep it a buck, too. Do it.